Welcome everyone to Zero Effort Game Reviews, where I review games with zero effort and zero editing, because I just do not give a fuck. Which actually fits the theme of today, Saints Row 4. Now I'd like to start this review and say, all you motherfuckers that said Saints Row 4 sucks, which basically made me never play the game until today, you're all fucking assholes, because this game's a goddamn masterpiece. I'm not saying that it is a masterpiece. You know what? We will figure out what I'm gonna give this game by the end, okay? So, I want to talk about something. Because this is the fourth in a series. And you know when you have a favorite artist and their like music style changes? This is that. 1 and 2 were like more GTA San Andreas, gritty gang wars type thing. And then 3 just kind of went into Fast and Furious 3 upwards. So just dumb shit, like flying a tank out of a plane sort of dumb shit. Or jetpacking in and then kicking the fucking window out of an airplane type dumb shit. Like that sort of Fast and Furious, like anime, but like Western anime. And then the writers in 4 were like, hey, where do we take the series from here? Do we go back to gang stuff? And then a bunch of guys snorting cocaine and mushrooms at the same time were like, no. Then what do we do? Aliens. Aliens. Matrix aliens. Go on. With superpowers. Go on. And more wrestling references. And random fucking references. As many references as humanly possible. All the memes. So functionally, Saints Row 4 is Matrix, bunch of pop references, wrestling? Did I say that? I don't know. All combined together and written by a bunch of writers that snort crack cocaine while they're browsing Reddit, 4chan, and 9gag. And just pumping out the memes. This game was amazing. I've been playing serious game after serious game, and I was like, you know what? Everyone said this game was dumb. Let's just give it a go. I have not stopped laughing playing this game. Every mission is functionally a riot. This game, if someone said, what's the one word to describe this game? And actually, 2 words. Dumb fun. It is pure, visceral dumb fun, and I absolutely love it. So, enough chit-chat and dilly-dallying. Let's jump straight right into fucking it. Visuals and art direction. Nothing to really talk about. It's like a GTA San Andreas with upgraded polygons. It's cartoony. Looks good. Good enough that like I care about what I wear and I go into the shops, which actually I'll go into that later. Art direction is decent. You're in a city, like a GTA type city, and then there's like alien structures everywhere. Sometimes you go into space, into spaceships. Sometimes you go into like the internet. More context will come later. Or you'll just invade a terrorist fucking organization. Like, you know, just a mixture of COD and Mass Effect. Just those type of like backgrounds. None of them are like amazing, but none of them are terrible either. They're pretty stock standard. They get the job done. Yeah, pretty much. I could talk more about it, but I really don't care about that. I want to talk about the gameplay, so I'm powering through. Music. Some of the music timing is like they fucking rickrolled you over and over again. Music's pretty good. Like, if you actually think, like, a lot of people probably wouldn't like it because it's like old-timey music, or like not old-timey, but beginning of the internet era type music just shoved in random places. It was pretty funny. And then random dubstep coming in just because someone on the team loved dubstep or thought dubstep was stupid. I don't care which one it was because it was fucking glorious. So music was fun. Sound design, nothing is quite as good as slapping a dude with a dildo bat called the Penetrator. And they managed to get the sound perfectly. So yeah, pretty good. Don't have massive amounts of issues with that. Now, stories and characters. I'm going to just combine story, characters, and gameplay together, which is not something normally that I do. And the reason why I need to do this is because this game doesn't actually really have a point. If I were to fast forward through the story, functionally what it is the Saints were a gang, right? Gang wars and all that sort of stuff. And then they just, decided to up their game, invade a terrorist organization that were launching nukes at America. Then the main character jumped onto the nuke while it was fucking flying, disabled it, jumped off it, and then landed in the White House. Mind you, several kilometers into the fucking air, she just jumped. Well, I played a female character because I'm based. And yeah, flops into the White House. Then becomes the president of the United States of fucking America. Then aliens invade. And then she gets stuck into a Matrix simulation. She gets out of it. She tries to save her crew. And then the aliens, in retaliation, blow up the fucking planet. And then she gets pissed. So then she goes on a vendetta to fucking kill the alien. And shenanigans ensue. And there's no way that I can kind of talk about the story without going into the gameplay. This is a game that is both... Actually, no, it's not both. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. But it's so dumb that it circles around to glorious. What other series would make an Agent Smith type hooker character that infects her virus into other people and not make replicas of herself, just make hookers? She just replicates the virus and makes more hookers. And to add with her that, she has superpowers. If you hear this sentence together and not want to play this game, we can't be friends. Because that's the dumbest shit ever. And it's fucking glorious. I had a difficult choice where I had to choose a dildo bat or a tentacle fucking bat. I don't even know what it's called. Or another one where it literally drills people in the ass and shoots them. There is a dubstep gun. There is there's a water squirter. There's just so much random shit. And now, once again, I just said that I'm combining these two together because this is going to be a complete fucking mess. And it's late into the night and I just don't give a fuck anymore. The gameplay functions as it's just, if you know GTA, you know. You're like character, you get upgrades and stuff like that, and then you have guns, and later on you get superpowers, which we'll go into a little bit later. You just roam around the city doing tasks and stuff in the main missions. But functionally, this game is like minigame after minigame after minigame, all combined together with this wacky ass fucking story that both makes sense and doesn't make sense at the same time. But nobody gives a shit. They just roll with it, using reference from every little fucking pop media culture that they functionally were allowed to do. It's so good. Like, one of the side missions is this dude that in the in-game version of the movie Blade is called Nightblade in this. And of course, because they're Giga Chats, it's not called Nightblade with N-I-G-H-T. It's Nightblade pronounced N-Y-T-E. Based. Now this dude writes fanfic, presumably on Tumblr, and then created a simulation where he gets to live the fantasy of becoming the successor of Nightblade. And then the evil alien decides to be like, nah, Nightblade hates you now. And this dude has a mental breakdown. But then you, being functionally the president of the now destroyed world, give all of the licensing rights of Nightblade to this dude and say, you have all creative freedom and you are now the successor of Nightblade. And this dude's like, you understand me? It's so dumb. It was so much fun to play through it. Whoever wrote that storyline in particular, I owe you a beer. If you tell me that you were working for Volition and that you made that, he or she or they, don't give a fuck. I will buy you whatever drink you want continuously for a night. Because you are a genius. The stories were just fun. And then all the reference of Metal Gear Solid, the box combat, and be like, this is super dumb. How would it work? And then just jamming the knife or Streets of Wrath or Streets of Rogue, where it's like that 2D fighting game. They put that reference in. There's Tron in there as well, and not to mention the blatant amount of Matrix. This game is just fun. Using the weapons is fun, and then you get like the special power ups, and you combine like power ups and like weapons together and all that sort of stuff. Game, and honestly, the traversal of the world. Look, I'm a person that uses fast travel all the time. I never use fast travel in this game. Like, I didn't even bother using a car. Speed running, bashing into cars, and then power jumping into flight, and then smashing down using your superpowers, and then using telekinesis, or like floor smash, or burn everything around you superpowers. Super fun. It was just fun. Going from place X to Y. It was just fun. This game was just fun. Killing people using random weapons. Just fun. I don't know more to say about that. Story was dumb as shit, but it was so dumb that it was great. Gameplay, also completely focused on fun. Outside of a few instances, because I don't have all positive to say. There are some flaws in this game, which I will go into. Another interesting thing is that because the game's story is functionally in a simulation, there's a lot of times where I'll look at something and I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. That's gameplay. I don't know if they plan to do that. Fucking smart though. Honestly, just mad respects to like the creators in general. I think they like went out on a limb. I don't know if they were punished for this decision, but I just simply want to say as a future like game developer, you guys made a dope ass fucking game. It was fun as fuck. Now with that, I just want to simply say, look, I heart of hearts want to give this game a masterpiece. It's not. It's sadly not. It's a great game. It's a great game. It's the second highest tier that I can give you. Masterpieces are only given when you completely fucking revolutionize something. You guys just made a really fucking fun game. And masterpieces don't necessarily mean that I'm going to go back to play it all the time. You know? But this game, I could play it again. A friend was like, hey, you want to play co-op with this sometime? Because you said it was so good. And I'm like, yeah. I never replay a game that I just finished unless I really fucking like it. I like this game. This game is like the definition of dumb fucking fun. I probably repeated that sentence 10 times in this review. But yeah, let's go into the negatives. I don't like how slow it is to gain cash and EXP. By the time I was hitting endgame, I think the endgame... to be fair though, this is more like a nitpick gripe. I think the max level you get is 50. And me doing a bit of the side quests and like a bunch of the side missions and shit like that, I got up to like 38 by the end of the game. And I did a fair amount of the side content. And to be fair though, you pretty much unlock all the superpowers that you kind of want. My primary gripe is that the weapons kind of suck because you gotta pump some money into those things. And for the amount of damage return or like utility return for the actual weapons themselves was borderline non-existent. To the point that my punches and dildos did more damage than my fucking rocket launcher. How does that fucking work? Honestly. But that's more like, but once again, the other aspects of the game carried this shit so hard that you don't fucking notice it. This is just from a person that if I was to replay this on hard, and superhero like powers probably would wind up killing you more, and you would have to rely on weapons. Because I played on normal, because I just wanted a fun time. Yeah, the weapons kind of sucked in this game, and honestly, it would have been fixed if there were less upgrades and they were cheaper, and you could just min-max them pretty early. I do think they kind of left it like that so that you had more options of end-game content to roam around and do stuff. So yeah, it's more of a little small nitpick. I'd say the mini games, some of them were boring, but some of them were so fucking fun as well, and so dumb and so meta. And how they like, honestly though, I can't even say that this is a gripe. Some of the mini games were kind of lame, right? But the story And the in-between gameplaying of world traversal and just roaming around doing dumb shit was so entertaining that I never noticed. There were some mini games that were kind of bad, but you can't hit gold every time, so nitpicky gripe. Honestly, whatever. One big gripe though is fucking game crashes every couple of hours. That shit was annoying as shit. Thank fucking God the developers were smart enough to add autosave feature, or I would have rage quit ages ago. Also, I love the fact that you can basically have all different voice types and body types, and that, you know, you're sexual. Like, I never knew that I really wanted to cosplay as a tattooed, big-titted lady with like jeans, with a dildo bat, superhero crushing in high heels. Honestly, if the world, people talk about vibranium and adamantium, bro, the strongest fucking substance in the world is whatever the fuck my high heels were made out of. Those motherfuckers were solid. Nothing can break them. And there's just something immensely fun watching a girl in skinny jeans going up a fucking like Empire State Building while her titties are flopping with a dildo bat on her. Gameplay. Is there anything else that I kind of want to say? This is less of a gripe as well, more of a like little bit. Once again, most of the game is just fun, but the vehicles kind of no longer matter because the superhero stuff is so good that nothing else really does much in comparison to the superhero shit. So, but that's like less. I like when you think about it though, they still gave us the options to have vehicles and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, can I really fucking complain about that? I don't think so. I will say, like, when you do like a super charge up and then bash someone and they get back up after you suplex them, that doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like charge up like attack animations, especially when you're playing on normal, they should just die in one hit. Or at least if I get melee upgrades, shit should die in one hit. Like, not Terminators or anything like that. I'm not expecting that. But the basic mobs or basic human beings should not come up when you flip a bitch in the air, jump up, and then knees down straight into their fucking skull. Nobody should come up from after, like, receiving a blow like that. But yeah. This review was a jumbled mess. But if anything, and if anyone ever bothers to watch these reviews one day, if you can see one thing, is the amount of excitement and genuine enjoyment that I probably seem to have had with this game. This game is fun. I can't give it a masterpiece because nothing makes it into a masterpiece. But it's still a fucking great game. It is so dumb, but it knows it's dumb, which makes it genius. The gameplay is just fun. Traversal is just fun. Fuck, I'm not a guy that likes minigames. I'm going back to play the fucking minigames. And I finished this game. And I'm going to play it on co-op with a friend once again. That's how much I like this game. It's a good game. It's a fun fucking game. So yeah, if anyone has watched this review and always was like, oh, GTA all the way, unless you have a fucking stick up your ass, go play this game. It's fucking fun. It's dumb as shit. One of the funnest fucking games I've played in ages. And its entire focus is just having a good time. What more do you want? And it's cheap as fuck too. Yeah, that's a review. Saints Row 4. I really want to give it a masterpiece. It just didn't do anything that amazing to give it a masterpiece, but damn. I'd argue that I had a lot more fun playing this than some of the other games that I gave a masterpiece. Because once again, just because something's a 10 out of 10 doesn't make it incredibly fun, right? It's an experience. A masterpiece is rated based off the amount of experience, and this was just pure fun. Which I sadly can't give a masterpiece. Maybe that means that my rating in itself is flawed. This game is a masterpiece of fun, but as a game, it's great. How's that? How's that? And also, if I go to a Comic-Con and I ever see one of you developers that work on this game, I'm buying you fucking beers. I might be poor as fuck, but I'm going to keep my promise to that. So if any of the developers wind up watching this fucking video, DM me. You guys are genius brains. Crinkle cut of the best. Salt and vinegar chips all the way.